Today's video is, I think, episode 3 of the lipstick week that I've been working on. This has been a really great experience for me to come and share like a theme-based set of videos with you guys. If you guys are enjoying this so far, please go ahead and let me know down below in the comments. Also, make sure you guys watch the first 2 videos if you haven't already. There's been dupes, there's been swatches. Which brings me to what is today's video about. You've probably read the title by now already. Today's video is about some of my favorite nude everyday wearing lipsticks. These are with different undertones, different finishes of nude. Some are brickier, some are rosier, some have a little bit of a coral finish to it. I feel like if you go through this entire range of suggestions, I've put together a list of 10 lipsticks that I'm going to share with you. You will for sure find something for your skin tone, for your personal taste, for your undertone, whatever the factors might be. Apart from which, I feel like 9 out of 10 are relatively more from the drugstore affordable category. I have thrown in one high-end option as well just because I wanted to make sure there was something for different budgets. I'll also tell you what I think is really great about each of these lipsticks. So there'll be mini reviews for every lipstick that I'm going to take you through. These are my top 10 current favorites. I hope you guys are enjoying lipstick week. Let me not make this intro any longer now and let's dive right into this. Okay, so as we're diving into my picks of nude lipsticks, keep in mind that these are shades that are everyday friendly from my opinion, and I feel like these are perfect for college or for work or just to wear on the regular. I feel like these are shades that look really nice and subtle but can be played up with a glam makeup look as well if you like. So let's start off with the first one being the shade that's on my lips right now. You guys have very recently seen this particular lipstick being swatched on my lips a couple of videos ago in the lipstick week, and this one is the Maybelline lipstick. This is a matte liquid lipstick. I have the shade 07 on my lips. I feel like this particular range of liquid lipsticks from Maybelline is one of my favorites from this brand so far because I feel like the application is really easy. The pigment is very creamy while applying and it glides onto the lips really nicely and easily. You don't need to use a primer or even a moisturizer before you go in with this because I feel like it just has a really nice soft lightweight consistency. It is very transfer proof. I'm going to say that to you straight off the bat. Again, not 100% but really nice transfer proof, and it lasts really nice and long because of that. Apart from that, it's super pocket friendly, which only makes the deal sweeter. Apart from that, I feel like this range in general has a lot of really nice shades. Make sure you go watch that video. This one from the nudes I think is my favorite because it just has this beautiful, not washed out but like semi washed out, very effortless nude barely there lip going for it. It is a shade you can wear by itself or you can even mix it up with a little more pinkier tone if you want that to be the way you go. I really like how this looks on me. I feel like it gives me a very mature, very classy evergreen nude lip vibe, and I guess that's why it's in my top 10. Okay, the next lipstick I have over here, we've gone from liquid matte to a crayon matte. I say matte or matte because these are really matte lipsticks, not powder finish matte, nice matte, creamy but matte. Getting slightly obsessed, but I love matte. The lipstick in my hand is from K Beauty. It is in the shade Papped. Now, I don't remember whether Katrina used this on me or whether we were just discussing it when I met her when she did my makeup. If you guys have not seen that video, I urge you to please go watch that video. It was just a really fun time where I got to spend time with Katrina KF and she did my makeup and we chatted about beauty. I love the formula of this particular crayon product. Papped is a product that goes on really smoothly onto the lips. If you look at the color, it's almost like a soft dairy milk chocolate. Like it's brown, but it's not dark chocolate brown. It's got a really nice, it looks delicious. I don't know how else to say it. This is a very long lasting product, 100% worth the price. When you're applying it, it might feel a tad bit matte or like dry while applying if you don't have a lip balm or if your lips have not been moisturized. So I'm giving you a heads up over that. But once it has been applied, it's really nice and long lasting, and this matte effect that it dries down with, just it looks so good. I love it. I have to go ahead and tell you, it's not 100% lightweight or like you won't feel it. There's that tiny little, because it's matte, you can sort of feel a certain thing on your lips, but it goes away in like a couple of minutes. Like you get used to it. Is it worth it? Because sorry, I'm looking at the screen right now, but like I love the way this looks with my complexion. I love how it looks with like a little bit of beaming highlighter to go with the chocolate lips. I love the look of it. So I feel like this is another one that I know I'm going to repurchase and kind of keep in my little arsenal of lipsticks for sure. The next lipstick I have is from the Nightcast So Creme collection. This is in the shade Your Latte. I think this is by far, I think it's the cheapest one in the entire lot that I have, because if I remember correctly, this goes at $2.99. Of course, you will have seen the correct price somewhere on the screen over here. This is a really creamy, very nourishing lipstick. I love this particular shade, Your Latte. You're late, you're latte, you're late, you're latte. You get the point. It's just a really nice, super creamy formula. You can see a little bit of a reflect of the light on my lips. That instantly shows you that it's more creamy. It is not matte by any standard, but it's not glossy either. So it is something that I would wear. I tend to wear glosses only on the middle of the lip when I do. I don't go full on gloss unless I'm really in the mood for it. My default mode is a matte mode or a creamy matte mode. So this is a creamy formula. It has a lovely, super pigmented finish. The tip that I will give you if you're using this particular lipstick is to try and line your lips before you go in, because the lipstick is really creamy. So if you do give it that little bit of a border, the tiny bit of bleeding that does happen also won't happen. Considering it is around $2.99, I feel like this is so worth the money. $2.29, $2.99, $2.29, slightly lost. So considering the price, it is really worth the money. It's very pigmented. It is not transfer proof naturally, but what does happen, which is beautiful, is that the creamy finish might tend to come off with drinking something or eating something, but it stays back as a stain really nicely. So even though the finish might change on your lips, it will last you really nice and long hours, and that's one of the reasons this makes it to my top 10 list. Because despite the price and everything, I feel like you're getting so much from this lipstick. There are a lot of other really beautiful shades from this particular range, the So Creme range, but I'm always biased towards the nudes, guys. Like, I'm so strange. I go from like nudes to like reds and maroons. I need to go back to wearing more pinks also, but I feel like this is a really beautiful lipstick shade. Okay, the next lipstick I have over here, we're back to like matty mattes, is from PAC. This is their Retro Matte Gloss, and it is in the shade Passion Pout. I think that's the number 63. First off, I have to just tell you, I don't know why they call it Retro Matte Gloss. I've always wondered that about why the name is such, because glosses are not matte, glosses are glossy, so I've never understood the name. But I have to tell you that this is not a nudie nude. This is a very pinky corally nude. It is a shade you can wear on the daily. It is 100% wearable on the daily. It is looking really nice and pink, and I actually really like how it's going with my top right now. But it is an everyday friendly shade, so I was kind of on the fence about putting this in the mix, but then I was like, you know what, if you're someone who's really fair or really tan and likes the pink blush finish where you're not wearing a full face of makeup, you just have like a lot of pink coral blush on the cheeks, some highlighter, mascara, and that one shade you need on your lips, this could be it. So I love how this particular lipstick looks on me. It is very matte. It's there. It's there. It's weightless. So if I had to actually compare this formula, I would say this is a great dupe for the Retro Matte liquid lipsticks from MAC. Those can get a little bit heavy on the lips if you apply too much. Or if the product is a couple of months old even, I have to say. This liquid lipstick has been with me for a little while now, and I feel like it's so light on the lips, and I just love the finish. It is very matte, so This is completely transfer proof, and I feel like that just kind of makes it a huge bonus, that you'll see a little bit of the texture of the lip peeping through, but I feel like that kind of looks like really hot, so I don't mind it. It's a beautiful shade, guys. It's a beautiful shade. On to the next lipstick, and the one I'm wearing on my lips right now is from Calabar, and wearing it in the shade Wild Night. Now this is from their Sinful Matte collection. If I had to pick my favorite formula from Calabar's lipsticks, it would be this one right here, like as a formula. In terms of shades, I really had to struggle to pick Wild Night, because I have to be honest and tell you, there are some really good shades in this collection. A lot of them are nude, some of them are dark brown, chocolatey, and then there are some beautiful adventurous berries and purples as well. I feel like as a formula, this is one of the most perfectly built formulas out there, especially in the drugstore category, because it's like butter. When you're applying it, it's really smooth. I have deliberately only applied one coat on my lips. I can go further on and build it up to make it more pigmented and more pointed. And you can instantly see even more color on my lips than there was. One of the things I love about it is that even when you layer it up and add more, it still feels completely weightless, and at no point, despite how matte this lipstick is, at no point does it start feeling drying on the lips, which is so important to me because you guys know I have dry chapped lips. I wear all the lip balm and lip scrub and oil in the world, but my lips in general by nature are really dry like my skin. So I just feel like this is one of the best formulas out there. I'm giving you guys nude shades for everyday wear, stuff that you can wear to college or work or wherever else, but I'm making it a point to give you things on a different budget so that you can pick whatever appeals most to you. I will go ahead and tell you that this is not 100% transfer proof. It is a bullet. I just feel like from observation, liquids tend to be more transfer proof than bullets, because there is a little bit of cream that goes into this either during application or to keep it there or to keep it moisturizing. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like depending on my mood, I opt for this or that. So it's not 100% transfer proof, but it will last you really nice and long. But the middle portion of your mouth is bound to come off just a little bit with color if you're eating something. I feel like that's something I talk about pretty often, and it's very common to happen with no matter what lipstick you're wearing. So it doesn't matter how high-end also it might be. Which brings me to maybe the next one should be the most high-end lipstick from this collection. Let's go into that. The next lipstick I have is the Huda Beauty Power Bullet, and this is in the shade First Kiss. This is the shade I've been wearing so much recently. I just feel like, apart from the fact that this is a really nice matte lipstick, the application is superbly creamy. I don't know how it goes from creamy to matte so beautifully. So the application is great. It's very pigmented. You genuinely don't even need to double stroke. This is probably the most expensive one of the lot I have over here, but in my opinion, it is 100% worth the price because this one is beautifully long lasting. Naturally, you can't expect like 100% transfer proofness because it is a really potent pigmented lipstick, but it is transfer proof enough that you won't need to touch up for like maybe 5-6 hours. If you're eating food, the center portion, as usual, like I always say, you might find a little bit of a color loss there, but at no point does this lipstick feel like it's heavy on the lips. It's very lightweight, and it's one of my favorite formulas I've ever used. Pan all brands, and from the Huda Beauty umbrella, I feel like this is my favorite like matte proper lipstick. I love the liquids also, but in a lipstick formula, this is like my favorite. With my next lipstick, I'm just gonna hope it's not on my teeth right now at this point because I forgot about how light and watery it can be. The next one I have over here is from Mica in the shade Kashi. I'm gonna go ahead and put the name on the screen. I don't remember what range this was from. Mica is always dropping new ranges. I can't possibly remember every single one of them. And this one is definitely not something that's recent. It's been around for over a year, maybe close to 2 years now. I have to tell you, if this product was a little lighter than it is, I would pass it off as a tint. It's so beautiful on the lips. It's pretty pigmented, but the texture, the formula is like a tint. It's so watery when you're applying it. I mean this in a good way because it's just that lightweight. I can't even feel like I have anything on my lips right now. The downside for sure is that you need to be that much more careful while applying it, that you might land up getting it on your teeth a little bit because the lipstick moves for a while till it dries down. So it doesn't move, it doesn't budge, it's pretty transfer proof, lasts really nice long hours. The advantage of using a product that's so watery and lightweight, tinty almost, but clearly pretty pigmented tinty, is that when you're eating, that whole middle thing that I've been talking about does not happen. The tint effect tends to stay on your lips, which is what I really like about it, which just makes it really great for daily wear. Not too much hassle for touch-ups at all. It does have a mattifying finish, but it's not matte like a powder matte. It's like a tint matte, like you can see on my lips. I love how completely weightless this lipstick is, guys. On to the next lipstick. What are we on? 8? Yes, number 8. And this one is also a crayon one. Second one of all 10 that's all crayon. This one over here is from Sugar, and it is a crayon lipstick in the Matte as Hell range in the shade Viola. I have to first of all go on and say I love what the shade looks like. It's got a really nice mauvey, brick rosy tone to go with the nude. Even though it is a crayon, it is so easy to apply on the lips. It goes on like butter. I have to honestly go on and say it's even smoother than the K Beauty product I have over here. It's just because it's very, very, very buttery. Of course, the K Beauty one comes with like marula oil and a whole lot of skincare goodness that they've put in the formula. I have no idea whether Sugar has done that. But in terms of application, it's really nice and smooth. Now, this is matte, but it is a creamy matte. You can see a little bit of the light reflecting off right there. It is creamy, so it's not like you'll feel the weight, but it's not like a finish barely there. You feel like tiny bit again, which is very normal with all lipsticks. But I love how rich the texture of this lipstick looks. I feel like this is the kind of lipstick that when you're wearing, you can pass off look-wise like a luxury lipstick, not just something that's from the drugstore or like affordable category. So that's one of the favorite things I love about this lipstick, and it's really, really rich in pigment. So love that about it. We have last 2 to go. Let's go on and swatch them. Lipstick number 9 is from Biotique, and what I have over here is a lipstick from the Diva Pout collection in the shade One and Only. Straight off the bat, I have to tell you, this is not a very nude shade. Okay, I get it. I'm just acknowledging it right off the bat. But it is a shade that I would recommend for everyday wear. It is a very, very pink shade, but it's not jhadak pink. You know what I mean? It's a really nice pink and it's a warmish tone. So it is something you can wear on the daily. I mean, when I'm looking at it on camera, I have to admit it looks a lot more pink. When I'm looking at it in person, it's a little more sober. It does have nude accents, a nude undertone going for it, but I fully understand that it's not showing on camera. I promise you, this is a shade you can wear, I mean, as an everyday lipstick, and probably something you can for sure glam up for like an evening or a date night kind of a vibe too. In terms of application, it's really great. I feel like Biotique, they've recently launched their makeup collection, and I actually showed you guys an IGTV on this a while back. This has been a lipstick I've been reaching for a little bit in the middle. Like I said, I haven't been doing too many pinks, but the few times I have gravitated towards pinks, I've picked this one up a few times, and I've also picked up the Blue Heaven the pink matte one. I feel like this is like the second or the third time I'm talking about it. I'm talking about the lipstick I wore in the lipsticks under 140 rupees video. If you guys have seen it, great. Otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and link it in for you guys somewhere over here and in the info box below. So yeah, this is a really great lipstick. I have worn it a couple of times. It is creamy. It's not dry down matte. It is moisturizing on the lips. It's pretty lightweight on the lips as well. It is not transfer proof, and it lasts very medium long. You will need to touch this up a little bit every now and then, but it's something that I really like. I enjoy wearing it. It's comfortable on the lips, and it's a beautiful color. Okay, we are on to the very last lipstick, my 10th of all the 10 that I have over here. This one that I have in my hand is from the Lakme Absolute range, and it is the shade 301 Morning Coffee. This is one of my favorite Lakme formulas. I feel like I'm saying that for a lot of the brands. Like this is, I think I said that twice before in this video. But I've tried a lot of Lakme lipsticks in the past, and even though they were really matte, they weren't necessarily like formulas I would like to praise. This particular formula is definitely something I want to praise because it's really buttery while applying. It's extremely smooth. It is not very long lasting. It is not transfer proof at all, but it's creamy. So the transfer proof part of it is understandable, like it has been with some of the others. But the shade is beautiful. The shade I've picked, Morning Coffee, is the shade that is brown, but it has this mauvey, bricky tone going for it. And I really like it. I feel like this is the shade that's really like office friendly, very corporate friendly. And because they're bullet lipsticks, I feel like they will not be as transfer proof as some of the liquids because those just dry down much matter. This is a fairly creamy consistency I have going on my lips. Oh my god, do I have some lipstick on my teeth? Was there lipstick on my teeth? I'm not sure. If there was, I'm sorry. Okay, so there you go. That concludes my video. We wrap up video number 3 of my lipstick week season 1. I really hope you guys are enjoying the content over here. If you are enjoying all of these efforts that I have been putting in, and my team has been putting in as well with me for all of this, go ahead and hit like on this video. All the products have been linked down below in the info box, so give that a read. Leave me a comment and tell me what your favorite lipstick was. I think 9 out of 10 of these were from the drugstore, very affordable category. I hope that you guys will enjoy watching them and maybe getting your hands on them as and when you can. Thank you for watching. I love you guys very, very much. See you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.